What's your own? They didn't realize I could understand their language story. I'm half Mexican but look totally white thanks to my dad's genes. My mom taught me perfect Spanish growing up in Arizona, but nobody ever suspects I speak it. I have blonde hair, blue eyes, and people always assume I'm just another basic white girl. Last summer, I got a job at this upscale restaurant downtown as a server. The pay was decent, and I needed money for college. The kitchen staff was mostly Mexican guys who seemed super friendly to my face, always smiling and saying hello when I walked by. But from day one, they were absolutely roasting me in Spanish constantly. They thought I had no clue what they were saying. They'd call me gringo princess and la rubia tonta, which means the dumb blonde. When I'd mess up orders or look confused about something, they'd joke about how I probably never worked a day in my life and was just there because daddy got me the job. The worst was this one cook named Miguel who was maybe 30 and thought he was hilarious. He'd tell the other guys that I was definitely flirting with male customers for bigger tips and that white girls always look for the easy way out. He'd say things like, she probably goes home to her mansion every night while we're here scraping by. When I'd walk into the kitchen to grab food, Miguel would announce my arrival like, here comes the princess. Everyone act busy so she doesn't complain to management. The other cooks would laugh and play along, pretending to work harder when I was around. One particularly crazy busy Friday night, we were absolutely slammed with customers. I was running around trying to keep up with 8 tables, sweating through my uniform and honestly feeling pretty overwhelmed. I made a mistake with one order and had to run back to fix it. Miguel saw me looking stressed and started telling everyone in Spanish that he saw me crying in the bathroom earlier like a little baby. He said spoiled white girls shouldn't work restaurant jobs because we can't handle real pressure. Then he said watch, she'll probably quit by next week, like all the other princesses who think this job is easy money. The other cooks were laughing and agreeing with him, saying I'd probably run home to mommy and daddy the moment things got tough. One guy even bet Miguel $20 that I wouldn't last another month. That's when I finally had enough. I was tired of pretending not to understand and letting them think I was some clueless rich girl. I walked straight up to the pass window where Miguel was plating food and said in perfect Spanish with no accent, Miguel, the only thing that should be quitting around here is your attitude toward your coworkers. The entire kitchen went dead silent, like you could hear a pin drop. Pans stopped clattering, conversation stopped mid-sentence, and everyone turned to stare at me with their mouths hanging open. I continued in Spanish. I've understood every single word you've said for the past 3 months. My mom is from Guadalajara, and she taught me Spanish before I learned English. She'd be absolutely ashamed of how you treat people based on how they look. Miguel's face turned bright red and he started stuttering, trying to backtrack and explain himself. But I wasn't done. Then he scared. I told him in Spanish that real strength isn't making fun of your coworkers behind their backs. It's helping each other succeed. The other cooks immediately started laughing and calling Miguel out for getting caught talking trash. They were giving him a hard time, saying things like she got you good and you just got schooled by the gringo princess. From that day forward, everything changed completely. They started treating me like actual family instead of an outsider. Miguel came up to me the next shift and apologized sincerely, saying he was just testing whether I was real or fake and that I had definitely passed their test. He even taught me his secret salsa recipe that he'd never shared with anyone else at work. When my mom came in for dinner a few weeks later, Miguel personally apologized to her in Spanish and told her she raised a strong daughter who earned everyone's respect. Turns out the whole thing was their way of seeing if I'd stick around and prove myself, or if I'd run away at the first sign of difficulty like other servers had done before.